Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Some serious news dropping this morning. There's always serious news. Ever since Trump has gotten into office, there's always news for us. So, good volatility. News just broke, let's see, 9:55 that Iran stated it will resume nuclear talks if the U.S. stays out of this Israel war. Iran signals it wants to de-escalate hostilities with Iran. Gold tanked, crude tanked, market went up. It could have faded in and out because I turned my head away from the mic. Okay. So, I was able to grab a couple of small scalps, nothing exciting. Let me get YouTube going here, guys. We have a bunch of new members in the group today. Welcome, everybody who's new. Welcome to the VWAP System Trading Room, Trisale Trading Group. Good to have you. We had a lot of activity over the weekend on social media. A lot of people filtering in, downloading the indicator. Lots of cool stuff. Okay.
European bonds stand gains, 10-year bond yield down 2 basis points to about 2.52%.
And we're starting to create a new distribution here. You can see that there's a low volume node here at 118 on NQ. And that's the same place where upper band is. So that could be a good place to get long if we get a pullback. It's a decent 50-point pullback. We'll see if it happens. So we're in new price territory that we haven't been in. Obviously, this is a rollover since February. We're pretty darn close to all-time highs here.
The 10-year yield last down 1.5 basis points at around 4.4%.
Crazy. We're up 1.4 on the NASDAQ. Morning, Rodney, Izmir, Dirk. Welcome, guys. Bitcoin had a big, oh yeah, 107. I'm watching the Bitcoin futures, so it's usually always pretty close to the spot price. Okay, so I did take some trades in my top step accounts here. I'm up 400 bucks across 5, just some small scalps, long on NQ. We're gonna wait though. Maybe we'll get a decent pullback here. Don't want to go long until we get back to probably 127, 138 at least. So we will wait. We will see what type of opportunities the market gives us today. It's still very early. I think he rejected the 22.1 level 8 to 10 times in the past. Today it broke it convincingly, so I am not surprised with strong trend upwards. Let's see if it holds. Very likely. I also think it's very likely. I don't think we'll get the big sell-off today. Today could be that trend day. We opened at lows. Yeah, so low of day was the opening print. This could very well be a very strong trend day up. So we're going to sit tight, look for the next big pullback, and we'll try and get long. But right now, there's nothing to do while I sit here. Yeah, well, it might be a different contract, but a lot of traders look at the continuous contract. So the price is I mean, it's the only thing we have. So the levels on the continuous contract are the ones we're going to watch. Can I pause this? Morning, John. Fritz, good morning. John, logging in from Thailand. That's cool. Never been to Thailand. I'd love to go to Thailand one day. All right, so we kind of back tested this extension from Friday, 153. I'd like to get down to this upper band one. We have a low volume node and we have upper band in this general area. So this is kind of where I'm watching for a general pullback at the moment. That could change. We are starting to build a little bit of a distribution up here. Yes, holding upper band. Dow ripping. Russell, very different chart. There's a lot of volume in the market right now. This looks like a on this contract. This is an interesting distribution area, actually. So what I'm seeing on NinjaTrader is very different than what I'm seeing on TradingView, because obviously this is the previous contract per Chuck. Yeah, we got an eye on gold here for sure. Obviously, this is price discovery to the downside. We hit Thursday's distribution. So now this could be another short opportunity in this area. I would say from here to here would be the short. On gold. That's also pretty close to upper band on the month. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. This is the zone I'm watching, which is a low volume node on the profile, upper band vicinity on the session. And why don't we drop a anchored VWAP at the open here? All right, so yeah, that 105 is interesting, isn't it? Whoop. So tempting to go long there, huh? Quite not big of a rotation for me, guys. As tempting as that is, that's kind of a late entry long right there because it is the base of this distribution. Tempting. Now I've hesitated too much. I feel like I've missed it. So so that was the upper band on the regular trading hours VWAP, value area high on the trading hours, and the base of this distribution we formed up here. So the problem I have with here, going long here, is that, the rotation size is just so small. I'd like to see more of a, decent rotation back down to before going long.
It's been cited, being reported by Channel 14, Israeli warplanes may strike Iranian state TV in Iran, in Tehran. So again, according to Channel 14, Israeli warplanes may strike Iranian state TV in Tehran.
Israeli warplanes might strike Iranian TV, state TV. Looks like we missed the long. Anybody go long there? Yeah, I see that. I see that. Corey. Nice, Karn. It was a good long spot. A little too early in the rotation for me. I hesitated and then I missed it. So is what it is.
So there was an earlier reporter or citing Israeli Defense Minister Katz in reference to Iran's state broadcaster, who said that the Iranian propaganda assignment organ is about to disappear. The evacuation of the area's residents has begun.
Trying to get through this level. Having a hard time though. A lot of absorption up here. It's interesting. Is this our new trading range? Short here. Back down to upper band. Could very well be. Might take a little stab at a short here. So trading this distribution. R2 pivot in ES, huh? And it's 6100 too. Bid is holding up here so far. Pretty strong. What I'd like to see is a little bit of a range here. Just trading this distribution. But we could very well get the grind up. Sure as hell moved a lot. Bob short. I'm short. Not looking for a huge move, maybe like 10 points. Maybe the bottom of this, just the bottom of this distribution, really. Or maybe even half of it. You know, probably look for a bit of a scalp, maybe to, I don't know, 60. We get there. So 60 is about the bottom of that distribution. ES is going higher.
According to Euronext, that the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier strike group is on its way to the Middle East from the South China Sea. That's a US official telling Fox News. So the Nimitz was previously scheduled to replace the USS Carl Vinson carrier strike group, which has been deployed for several months but is now heading to the Middle East ahead of schedule. The two will now be in the Middle East at the same time.
Yeah, I got a relatively wide stop too. Just wait for a bit of a pullback. Because what I'm seeing is that we're at value area high on this distribution from Thursday. But my concern is that we just continue to drift upwards, but that's all right. You know, just smaller size, be patient.
Seeing shares of AMD jumping 6.8%. Also 10 minutes away from the bottom of the hour, Trump at the G7. There is a live video that we have linked to his name.
Trump's at the G7.
Put that out for you as well.
Take a look at the cumulative delta here. Really just expanding this distribution. It's not running away from it quite yet. Bob, the climax volume indicator is not important. I like it. It's automatic. You can easily just place your own anchored VWAPs. I am still short, yes. I have a wide stop, relatively smaller size. You know, I'm pretty much at break even here. My short spot is 80. So we'll see. Get a little bit of a sell off. This one trade will put me at profit target in both my top one and my top step. High conviction, at least to 60. Morning, Dean. How are you? See if we can get some profit taking here. A little bit of a pullback. You know, my short is in profit, so that's the good news. But if buyers step in here, like that. But that could be a little stop run before we, you know, the cumulative delta is very rangy. Still in my short, guys. Still holding on here. Trying to be patient.
Military say that they are continuing to strike military targets in Iran.
Quite a bit of sellers stepping in here. So let's see if they can absorb that or what happens here. Yep. You know, ES is trading pretty high above a lot of its value areas. You know, obviously very bullish, but you know, there's an eventual mean reversion trade in here somewhere.
Nuclear negotiations with the US. Again, the original headline we had that Iran asked Qatar and Saudi Arabia and Oman asked Trump to press Israel to agree to an immediate ceasefire. According to two Iranian.
Israel's not going to agree to immediate ceasefire. Why would they?
Also, according to sources, G7 leaders have drafted joint statement on Iran and Israel conflict.
If we can break this 80 level, I think we can get back to 60 on NQ.
And it also says that Israel has right to defend itself. Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. The G7 leaders will work to safeguard market stability, including energy markets. Also, according to sources, Trump has not signed off on Israel-Iran G7 statement. So again, according to sources, Trump has not signed off on Israel-Iran G7 statement.
All right, we got a new point of control up here. pretty much at this 80 level, 81. So that's the level we want to break. We can probably get a nice little sell-off. It's kind of acting as a volume shelf currently, but I kind of like that, to be honest. I think we'll trade to the other side of value of this distribution sooner or later. It's a good idea, Mike. I mean, Bob. We get a little capitulation move upwards. So we're almost at this 22,000. 200. Big price. I like the idea of taking some off to add re-add higher, but I'm going to see what we do at this 200 level first. 73. All right, we got an initial balance as well. 1030. Oh, is it, Chuck? All right, now I'm definitely going short. Just kidding. Yeah, if you're going to short this kind of stuff, JP, you got to start with really small size, my man. You got to give this thing some room. Because we don't know how far it's going to go. For the inevitable, pullback. We shall see. When it gets a pullback, hopefully it's a decent rotation down. And then we can look to get long again. Oh yeah, that's small size. That's nothing. 80 bucks. See what the cumulative delta is telling us. Still nothing really convincing here on the cumulative delta. We're kind of ranging, actually, interestingly enough. Our peak on the cumulative delta was shortly after the open to the upside on NQ. Let's see on ES. ES is a different story. ES is hitting highs here. Yeah, I see that. Need to be patient. ES all the way up at 60.53. Took a bit of a double top in the Dow there. Back under IB high. I mean, I don't think you really need the level 2 data to be personally. Some people really like it. I think it shifts so fast and so much on futures that it's really hard, I think personally, to get a read on with ES or NQ, if that's what you're trading, including gold. So I don't think it's necessary, Dean, to be honest with you. Is there anybody else here that uses level 2 that feels otherwise? Yeah. NQ just grinding up. Right, Corey? True story. I'll be right back, guys. I mean, this would be a really late entry long on this IB high. So, I mean, as a trade you can try. I wouldn't take it, but
Just getting more confirmation from the wider news here. Different wides.
do have a bit of a distribution forming here with a low volume node at 92. If we break 92, we'll probably go back to 180.
Getting some wider confirmation of the headline now. Other news wise,
I'll be right back.
saying US aircraft carrier limits headed from Asia to the Middle East.
I mean, the market's so strong, you might be able to get a continuation. I just think it's really late in this rotation to get long there. Be right back. I think the better trade is the convincing break and acceptance above IB high, and then the back test would be the better long. Yeah, let's see if we get a nice little flush here to upper band. That'd be nice. Flush out all the late longs.
Just confirmation then, or said earlier from sources. Japanese Chancellor Matsu G7 says Europeans suggest and communicate that Iran cannot possess nuclear weapons. Israel has a right to defend. Again, what's already been said, but just been confirmed by Germany's Chancellor Merz.
See if we can get more than 3 red candles. So that was pretty close to the point of control there. Probably was the point of control. Let's drop that. Yep. Yeah. I don't know, for how big of a leg up at this point, but yeah, I mean, so far it was a 10-point bounce off point of control.
Merz says that we will see there's an opportunity to discuss tariff policy.
This could be a back test IB right there.
So just a reminder as well, just saying what to Iranian state media, around the Revolutionary Guards call on Tel Aviv residents to evacuate as soon as possible. Just a reminder to Trump's schedule. So he's slated to meet with the UK's Keir Starmer. He's also slated to meet with Mexico, Ukraine, and of course with Kalani in about 20 minutes' time. But there are three sessions throughout the other three sessions throughout the day. One at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30, 4:45, and then another one at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. According to a source, the U.S. military moves refueling tanker airplanes to Europe. Merz saying that there will not be a solution to tariffs at the summit, but will hopefully take steps towards it.
I think it's breaking through point of control here. ES already broke through it.
Keir Starmer says we are in the final stages of implementing trade deal with the US that we expect it to be completed very soon. So I'll discuss trade deal with Trump today.
ES is back at upper band here. It's kind of an important point.
So again, according to sources here, US officials say move gives Trump options in the Middle East. So again, the early headline, US military moves refueling tanker airplanes to Europe. US officials say that the move gives Trump options in the Middle East.
If we could break this level with a little bit of conviction, should take me out of this trade, which would be nice. That low volume node is kind of in the way. Looks like ES is bouncing a little bit. See if we can get a little more of a flush. Just a little more. ES is bouncing off that upper band there. Damn it. Right, 201.5. That's good. On NQ or ES? NQ. Okay. Back up to IB high. This is kind of the distribution that's being traded right here. Over on YouTube, Martin says, I only use level 2 to see big orders on the book that might not have nice targets, but orders can be pulled at an instant. It's true story. Alif says, are you live every day? I am live every day. Robin, I am short. Still short. Real close to my profit target too, which is really annoying. But such is life. A second try at 200 IB high. Really don't need much of a move here, but it's being stubborn. I'm out at 73. Got real close here. It's like 5 points away. 20 ticks. I think we'll get it. Think we'll get it. How's everybody else trading out there?
EU Energy Commissioner says our proposal to ban Russian gas.
Bean's waiting. You waiting to go long?
Force majeure of Russian
Could get you one at upper band here. If not, maybe 131. Excuse me. I could point of control here.
And EU Energy Commissioner adds that we will not offer compensation to nations for phasing out Russian gas.
Such a narrow range we're dealing with here. VIX is back to 19. So a little higher than we've been, but this is today is traded like a low VIX environment so far.
Right at the top of the arm, Trump and MSP and Carney are due to meet together. We have the live video out of feed already.
See if ES breaks upper band here. I could bring NQ down.
We'll pop up in video.
It's point of control. Short 84, stop 96. Short again at 91. Nice. Just want a little flush. That's all I want. A little flush here would make my day. Literally make my day. A little stop run of the late longs. It's getting bought up right here. A little flusheroo. Longs love to buy right here. 80s. Their clear buy spot. See if the shorts can overwhelm them, at least for quick temporary flush here. ES is still struggling, is still holding upper band, almost to the tick, guys. To the tick. It looks like it might lose it here. Now you got 6100 right below it and a low volume node. I still like that for a quick flush. Yeah, still holding here. Like a champ. Look at that. Crazy. So strong. It has strength, that's for sure. But we're going to be patient. Because as far as I can see, we haven't really tested other side of value yet. This point of control just keeps holding.
According to AFP reports here, now blast heard in West Tehran.
War breaking out in the Middle East. They're blowing up Tehran, and this market's going up. It's crazy. Doesn't give a damn. Doesn't care about war.
5 minutes ago, to we're expecting
Stock market doesn't care about war.
to speak together prior to the G7 meetings.
Longs keep getting rewarded for buying here. I'm thinking they get punished here sooner or later. I feel like an ES cracks right there. It's going to be crazy. It's that low volume node. Oh, Just bought up over and over again. Come on. Oh, be so patient. Fighting for ticks over here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Jeez. I was in that trade for like an hour. All right, so that's nailed it, guys. That's 1K in my top one.
To what we'll hear from Trump, and kind of the live video has a start.
Gonna lock that up for the day. And that's 1K across my 5 XFAs. We're gonna lock that up for the day. I'll move over to cash now. Very slow to get that rotation down. But we were patient. I had a trade idea and I stuck to it, right? We were trading this distribution. It took a long ass time to play out, but it played out for us to traverse this distribution here, essentially. All right, I'll be right back.
European Commission says reports suggesting that the EU accepts a US tariff of 10% are speculative and do not reflect the current state of discussions.
I caught that one by what, a couple of ticks before it rallied again? What a grind. What a grind. What a grind. News, European Commission, the report suggesting that the EU accepts a U.S. tariff of 10% are speculative and not reflect the current state of discussions. Okay. Whatever that means. So we were patient today, guys. We got a decent trade, nothing too exciting. That would have been a great long spot. I hit the reversal button. That's why I liked it as a profit target. And it worked out nice. All right, so I'll move over. Thank you, Fritz. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always play out from the tick. I always, try to front run a little bit, as you know, Chuck. Sometimes we don't get to these areas. And interestingly enough, the upper band on, well, no, it's the same. This looks pretty damn close to me. Yeah, I don't even think it's that much. 1 point. One and a half. Crazy. Look at that bounce. So we're still just kind of traversing this distribution that I've marked off, right? I mean, no contextual change. We had a nice move, right? Where did I get short? I got short right at point of control essentially, and I added up at IB high. That allowed me to get out down here for a nice profit. So I left room to add, which I did. Started with 1, got to 2, got to 3, right around up here. And then I held it all the way back down to 73. And that took me out, man. It is a perfect price discovery continuation. Yep, absolutely is. But when I took my trade, we were far away from that. I mean, the true BDC setup didn't come till an hour later. Oh, now it wants to sell off. Now it wants to give the good juju. All right, well, we'll continue watching this. Move over to cash here and see what we can get. So yeah, now I mean could be the return to value. You know, if you look at this, I mean our first bounce was upper band. Our second bounce was upper band. So regular trading hours upper band, session upper band. Still very strong. You know that might have been our short for the day, or at least for the morning. So maybe we try and go long again. Or is it too late? Sellers have stepped in. Longs are still paying off of point and control here, or value area low of that distribution.
Commission says commission says new trade from 7 grams is set to meet trade representative grams to 70 pound.
Decent little long there. Well, the week upper band is the same as the session currently because it's Monday. So we don't really have a weekly VWAP quite yet. Tomorrow we will. We have a monthly. I'll be right back.
Iran State TV says it's big. It is big. Iran State TV says it is being attacked by Israel. Again, Iran State TV says it is being attacked by Israel.
I just think we're going to get a bigger rotation down at this point. Return. Well, ES sure is different than NQ. Look at that. Big divergence there. Look at Dow. Russell. Everything is selling off except for NQ. Short ES. See if we get that back test of get a bigger rotation down. All right, I'm in at I'm on the wrong contract. There we go. All right, I'm short at 6,100 for now. One hundred and a half, actually. Well, I'm liking the fade of ES, so I'm going for it.
Israel Army says military targets currently being struck in Tehran.
Israel's still blowing up Iran. Market doesn't care. So they can trade very differently. Like, don't forget, they are based on indexes, and there could be stocks in the NQ that's propping it up that are not in the S&P 500. So, I trade the setups for as they are. And right now I'm seeing weakness in the Dow, the Russell, and the S&P. So overall, it seems we're in a bit of a rotation down. I wouldn't short, NQ looks like that was a clean price discovery
$6 billion.
continuation trade. Completely held upper band after that pullback. Right now this is still just a back test of upper band on ES. Same setup is happening on the Dow. So I'm trading ES currently now. And I added a little. My average is now 101.5. So I'm only 2 ticks. Oh, I'm at break even now. So I still like this trade short. Still like it. NQ is continuing to traverse its distribution it's formed. No clear acceptance above that distribution there. So far, a rejection. Like some sellers stepping into ES here. I'll put my stop at break even at this point. See if we can get a continuation to the downside, which I think we will. And we'll see if we can get a little bit of a runner out of this. Back to, I don't know, 95. If I don't get stopped out. I'll take off 1 at break even. And Q looks like it's going to. Yeah. All right, I got out of that. We'll wait. Be right back. Yeah, 115 is not bad for 2 stabs. So we're about to get point of control on ES. And Q higher. So I don't like anything I see here at the moment. So I'm going to wait. ES is still looking kind of, actually, I kind of like the cumulative delta short on this. I'll get back in here. So, I've switched over to shorting ES because it's obviously weaker than NQ, guys. So if you want to go short, might as well trade the weaker of the instruments. Why don't short the strong one? Corey, good. Study that thing, man. It tells you a lot of what you need to know. I actually might get out here. Small loss on that. 60 bucks. Let's see where we're at. Ooh. Down 50 bucks, man. That sucks. Tron, we trade the distributions. We've been in the same price range since 10 o'clock. It's been an hour and a half, and there's been no upside or down, so the trades are in the distributions on the volume profile at this point. Once you can see a distribution forming, and we're clearly trading in it, there's trades there. That's fade value or extremes. So we don't trade VWAP bands or VWAP in a vacuum. There's more to it. And of course, this is a return to value trade, Tron, right? Textbook return to value so far on ES. I don't think anywhere do I say don't short anything that's above VWAP. The fade value or extreme setup can be above VWAP. The return to value can be above VWAP. Higher time frame value area extreme short can be above VWAP. There's lots of setups, short position trades that happen above VWAP. You would have got a nice short out of Russell. This is clearly in a distribution, fade value or extremes. And the cumulative delta has shown us that the buyers have, in ES at least, have kind of disappeared. I don't know what's going on in NQ. NQ's in liftoff. Yeah, I wouldn't trade off of MES levels. I would trade off ES levels. MES just follows ES. You're going to get very different charts and volume on MES that aren't as reliable. All right, back up to IB high here.
According to semi-official Meher, Iran is ready to deliver major blow to Israel.
So far, this is a back test return to value. Return to value, back test short is the setup.
Meher citing senior security official on escalation plans.
Cumulative delta confirms it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, if we could break this low on a yes here, we're going. We're going. I'm looking for 92, maybe 93. Wish I had more. Guys, this is a textbook return to value back test short. 100% on ES. I might take my profits here. Got a low volume node. All right, that put me at 300. The cash count. Much better. We got to trade. All right, so 300 in the cash, 1K in top one, 1K across 5 XFAs in top step. Just trading the setups, guys. I trade the setups. Well, what's interesting, JP, is the price chart shouldn't be different. The price should be relatively close. It's the volume data you're getting out of it. And obviously, there's going to be way different volume data for MES and ES. So that's why we follow ES, because ES is the one that MES is just following its price. ES is the main contract. Micros follow ES. So that's why we look at ES price and volume, even if we're trading MES.
Deputy Secretary of State Landau says that we talked about security migration with
Let me get down on.
chamber.
Well, we'll see what happens. ES is the king. NQ's back at upper band and point of control.
According to CBS, Trump will not sign the G7 statement on Israel and Iran. So, reminder, there was bits of news and sources earlier on that Trump has not signed yet G7 statement on Israel and Iran. Now, CBS, can you say that Trump will not sign the G7 statement on Israel and Iran? But from CBS, they say that Trump does not intend to sign G7 statement on Israel and Iran. Iran State TV back on air after the disruption. US 3-month bill for bid cover of 2.99 with a high rate of 4.240% and awarding 6.76% of bids at high. US selling $78 billion on 3-month bills. US 6-month bill auction data coming through 4.155%, the high rate, and bid cover of 2.73, awarding 15.25% of bids at high, selling $70 billion.
Oh yeah, look at that. We could get down to probably 151 at this point. Only 30 points from here on NQ. Might take that, actually. Still holding this level here, this 184. Just trading in a super tight distribution here, guys. Right here. So that's essentially what? 200, 180 to 200. 20-point range. So how has everybody traded so far this morning? Let's do a little check-in here. It's 11:30.
Trump is meeting with Canada's PM Carney. The video is on the feed. This too far down slightly. Just click on the name on the left-hand side of the economic calendar. Trump meets with Canada's PM Carney.
Let's go. Let's sell this thing. Sell this thing. Let's get that break. 185 with conviction. Back down to 150.
Carney tells Trump G7 is nothing without a resolution.
Bought up at 186 again. Come on. Let's break this level. Let's crack. This is the level.
Trump says good relationship with Carney.
Ah,
Trump says we're going to be talking about trade and many other things.
sure looks like it wants to crack, doesn't it? A little bit of a tug of war going on right here.
Trump says throwing Russia out of G7 was a mistake.
I haven't taken that many trades today. Let's see.
Trump says we'll accomplish a lot, mainly close.
My top one account. Let's see. Got $1,000 in this account, and I took 3 trades. It was really 1 trade, but I traded 3 lots in and out. So this was really 1 trade, in and out, 1 contract at a time. Let's see, Top Step. This is today, $1,000. I traded 12 trades, 12 lots. But I'm pretty sure.
Trump says deal with Canada is achievable within days or weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
But both parties have
12 trades in here. And 17 in the cash account. I'm looking for the short. I'm looking for the breakaway from point of control back to RTH VWAP is the trade I'm looking for.
Trump says that G7 that Iran is not winning.
Return to value on RTH VWAP. And there's a lot of buyers at point of control, 185. A lot of buyers.
Trump says Iranians want
or shorts covering, one of the two.
They would like to talk.
We're still right there.
Trump at G7 says, I wouldn't mind China joining G7. Trump supports China joining G7 talks.
A lot of chop here. Looks like it's building a base for some buyers, but can't seem to accept above 200. Every time it tries to go above it, it gets rejected.
Deputy Secretary of State Landau says U.S. top officials will visit Mexico soon.
Might get some acceptance, then it might be a different story. I do expect to close at the high day today. This is a completely bullish trend day looking market.
That concludes the.
Doesn't mean there isn't a bunch of scalps and intraday trades in here. And I do think a bulk of the move is already over. So any long-term trades, you're probably going to be strapped and probably get chopped up as we continue to form a distribution up here. Buyers are getting suppressed. Every attempt at buying is getting shut down. Can we break above and hold? We will see.
According to Mahan News, Iran air defense activated in west, east, and south of Tehran.
I like down two. But it's a hell of a lot stronger than ES. CVD showing buyers stepping in here. Some initiative selling, but every time it gets bought up, every single time. Barcoding on the 1 minute. Robin asked, what did I make today? I think I went over that a couple times. 1,000 in the top one, 5K, so 1K across 5 accounts, the top step. And in my cash count, I'm up like 350. How many contracts do you risk to make 1K in a day? I'll trade 1 or 2 minis, maybe max 3. But I have a $4,500 drawdown too on these accounts. They're bigger prop firm accounts. These aren't like the 50Ks. Back above IB high. Back below.
IDF says sirens sounded from south further out aircraft infiltration.
Oh, this is really kind of dried up, huh? Hey, Bear Claw. Now, so I do I have my morning routine. I like to go to the gym. I don't trade at 8:20 in the morning, so it's not something I would likely do. I like the cards to fall a little bit before I get involved. Chuck wants to see the CVD and NQ. It's pretty much barcoding. Might take this short on that rejection off of IB high there.
Trump asked about possible sanctions on Iran, says could happen. He says Trump asked about possible sanctions on Russia, says could happen. US official just citing again, Trump does not intend to sign G7 statement of Israel-Iran conflict.
Nothing exciting here on the CVD, guys. Nothing exciting at all. It's pretty much going sideways. Really no data here. This is just... But I will fade it back to point of control.
So right at the top of the hour, expects the end of ECB's enable. But also Trump is meeting with UK's PM Starmer, DG7. We'll see if we can try and find a live video for that. give that out to you on the feed since we did. So reminder, that is tentative, so we'll see if we can find something and update that for you as soon as we can on the feed.
Right back up to my spot. Here goes. Come on. Lower. All right, took a little profits there. See if we can get that bigger move. Stops that break even. Let's go. Come on. Let's break down. Yes. More. Okay, this is value area low right here. And I'm out. It's about 20 points. 80 ticks on one mini. I'll take it. Right back to the bottom of this range. Could we keep going? Sure, but I only had one mini, so I'm taking my profits. I'm probably gonna call it a day here, guys. We're coming up on 12 o'clock. I'm gonna eat lunch. I have a meeting at 12:30 with one of our members, and that will be it for me today, guys. If you're going to continue trading, manage your risk, stay sharp. A little bit of a grind here. We've been trading in this essentially 20-point range since 10 a.m. 10:12. So for the last almost 2 hours, we've been trading in a 20-point range. So don't get too greedy. Don't try to get too many points. You know, we went up a lot, but the rotations are now small. Don't get greedy. Don't expect too much out of this. It's a scalping market now, and it has been since 10 a.m. So take your profits. You don't go broke by taking profits. You're going to continue trading. If you're a new member here, does anybody have any questions? Here, let's do some questions here before I go. Any new members have any questions? I know we have Forecast, AJ. We got Be Magical. Got a couple new people. Jay Monroy. Anybody new have any questions? Wakey. Or anybody who's not new have any questions? Before I log off here. Tomorrow we're going to do Q&A at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I encourage you to join us then. Forecast, just taking it all in. Lots to digest here. Appreciate you streaming. Of course, happy to do it, man. Happy to have you. Glad you joined us. We have a great group. Professional, mature trading group here. I love our members, and we have a really good thing going. You're welcome, Logger. Robin asks, what's the difference between your paid community and the lives? The Discord is a low latency stream. I think their latency on the stream is like 1 or 2 seconds, whereas YouTube is like a minute. So that's a problem. I do stream longer in the Discord. There's live sessions in the Discord. There's coaching and private Q&As where you can attend to get private and not private, but individualized attention. And then there's the private group chat with the traders that are more committed and pretty much focusing on the strategy as a whole, that do have some experience with the system. So I don't know. I think it's a good value, $49 a month. If you want to test it out for a week, it's absolutely free for an entire week. You can go through the entire course. Oh shit!
Missile attack in history on Israeli soil.
Something about a missile attack.
According to Politico, vote is to test by the Senate committee.
Okay. Orlan, I want to appreciate what you're doing for the community. It's been really helpful and impactful. You're very welcome. My pleasure, guys. I really enjoy what I do here. I really, really do. All right, everybody. Have a great day. If you're going to continue trading, manage your risk, stay sharp out there. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Mike. And I encourage you guys, if you're going to continue trading in the Discord, head on over to the Trading Lounge. You can use your mics, you can share your screens, and you can discuss the opportunities in the markets you guys are watching based on the VWAP Wave system. So good luck out there today, guys. Stay sharp, and I will see everybody tomorrow. If you need anything, tag me in the Discord. I'll be around. Have a great day.